this band years and years, which you hit me up before the weekend and said, "Oh, they just dropped this album. I'm getting a lot of love. Let's check it out." Uh, headliner or led by Ali Alexander, who's this TV film music star. He's right around our age. Also a big figure in the gay world right now, that he is like this icon for that world. He leads this band who had, their first album Communion came out 3 years ago. Listening to it, the main thing I took away from it was a very consistent pop sound, and a lot of like tropical like house, in it just very like, it was good all the way through. Nothing really stood out. I know that you had a few songs that you liked from it. The second album, Palo Santo, is really interesting because I felt like it went more up and down than the first one, with some much higher highs for me and a lot more lows. What's your feeling around Years and Years as a band and their work so far?
Yeah, I think the thing that stands out to me through these 2 records in 3 years is that the sound really did change for the sophomore album. That's usually not the case for any artist that has a successful first album that gets some love and gets some popularity, But I mean, to your point, at the highs and the lows, I think the second half of Palo Santo definitely is more the low end, but they do kind of, trade a bunch of things off. Like, it's not always synth pop. I think the reason they're classified as synth pop band is because the writing is definitely pop music,
Oh yeah.
And it's electronic sounding, but I think that electronic sound is much more diverse this time, whereas the first one, it was almost like you said, like a tropical house vibe. It was more consistent in that regard. But I think when Years and Years has a song that works well, like I think on this new record, Karma and All For You in particular, I think they're just, there's incredibly catchy songs, and it's just good pop writing. And I think Greg Kurson was actually involved on this second record, which would make sense.
That guy's got his hands all over everything. It feels like every time we look to see who produced a pop album, he's somehow involved in it. I think you kind of summed up the album well. Like, the first half is really inventive, or at least different from their first one. I don't know if they're trying anything super new, but there's a lot to like. A song like Hallelujah, which maybe the songwriting on that isn't necessarily going to blow you away. Just the way that it builds, and the way that it like catches you through, like, into the middle of the song, right to the end where it kind of stops just at the right time. I think the energy in that is infectious. Sanctify and Rendezvous were probably the other songs that stood out to me, all off the first half. I feel like when they try to go slower and bring the mood down a bit, they kind of fall short. So it's going to be interesting to see how they evolve. And it seems like this Ali Alexander guy is someone to really keep an eye on moving forward. I'm excited that we tapped into this, because I feel like he's going to be a big player moving forward in the pop culture world.
Yeah, he just gave a recent interview, I believe it was with Billboard, and he was just talking about, like underlying like homophobia in the industry. And he's like, yeah, I mean, obviously now the execs all say good things, and you have Sam Smith to look at, a successful openly gay artist, And at the same point, he's like, yeah, but also we'll hear people, used to hear like, oh, that's too far, or that'll turn people off. It's like a roundabout way of saying like, that's too gay, don't do it that way. Yeah. So the fact that he's just pushing out about that and just kind of becoming like this, gay icon in a sense, is cool to see. And he's definitely a personality. I don't think his voice is, fantastic or anything, but I think his vocal register does move a little bit, and when they're at their strengths, when it's up tempo, I think he can really ride that beat and just, make, sing good pop songs. So yeah, I agree with you. I'm excited to see where they go next. I believe they have a tour coming up, and they're a big UK act. Yeah, but we'll see how if they really permeate over here.
I would love to see their next album be produced by like Disclosure or like Jamie XX or someone like that, to really kind of push their sound to like that next level. I feel like that'd be a great lane for them.